Hey everybody, this is TJR. If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. If not, welcome back. And I guess I really need to talk about this. Ever since the 50th anniversary remix re-release of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band back in 2017, Beatle fans have been basically blessed with these album remix reissue box sets. And they have been great. Opinions on the remixes do vary, but they have mostly leaned towards the positive than the negative. The bonus audio has been well curated. The packaging design has been top-notch. The hardcover books are well written and well researched and are beautiful to look at. Nothing about these feels cheap or second rate, and also these sets don't feel overpriced for the level of quality that they are delivering. Also, less expensive configurations are made available as well. The Beatles single album box set reissues have set a real high standard for what these types of sets should look like. So, after we got Revolver in 2022, we all kind of assumed that we would get Rubber Soul next. However, much to our surprise and much to the disappointment of pretty much everybody, we didn't. Instead, we got a remix of the Red and Blue albums. Now, I'll admit I was disappointed with this too, but I did understand why they would do this now versus once they had all the albums remixed. And I talked about that in a previous video. In spite of this, though, and in spite of understanding it, I basically said that I would not be buying this, and I didn't. Robert Kinsler, who I've done a lot of videos with, expressed the same feeling. But we did say that we would listen to it on streaming, and we did say that we would review the newer remixes included in the Red and Blue albums as well. We also very wrongly assumed that everything would get back on track for 2024. But again, we were wrong. Instead, we saw the release of the Beatles 64 in mono, a collection of the US albums, something that both the Beatles and Apple initially wanted us all to just forget had ever existed. Honestly, I couldn't have been less enthused. Now, in the end, this release of the American albums did end up sounding better than anyone on the internet predicted. And this includes yours truly as well. I will also add that this release did definitely seem to scratch a certain nostalgic itch for a lot of fans. When it came to fidelity, in fact, it was the Parlogram channel who summed it up best when they said fidelity was never the point of these releases. Full disclosure, I did pick up Meet the Beatles, partly because I do have a certain nostalgia for that particular American release, but also because I wanted to actually listen to it with my own ears and give my own thoughts on how it sounded. But honestly, if Apple had reached out to me and said, well, are you still disappointed with the fact that we released Beatles 64 as opposed to a remix of Rubber Soul or any other album in the catalog, I would have said, yes, I'm still disappointed that you did that. So this year of 2025 is the 60th anniversary of Rubber Soul, so we figured, okay, now they're going to do it. I mean, there's no way they're not going to do it, right? Well, back in the day we had this expression called word on the street. It was another way of saying rumor has it. Well, the word on the street right now, or perhaps I should better say the word on the internet, is that we are not getting a Rubber Soul anniversary remix box set this year. Instead, we're going to get a re-release of the Beatles anthology. Now, what's fueling these rumors is an interview with Danny Harrison where he discusses how amazing the new remixes of Real Love and Free as a Bird sound, both of which were released on Anthology 1 and Anthology 2. The general feeling is that he wouldn't be talking about this unless a re-release of Anthology was coming soon. And adding fuel to the fire is the announcement that the Beatles Anthology book is already set for a re-release later this year in October, and that this is just a prelude to what's next. I really don't want to sound like an entitled fanboy, but screw it. I'm going to sound like one. Because I really hope this is not what they're going to do. Don't get me wrong. I respect the importance of the Anthology project. But I can't help but feel a little bit like Ted Knight in the movie Caddyshack.
Well, we're waiting.
I'm not saying that having the tracks on the Anthology project isn't or wouldn't be a good thing, because it really would be a good thing. And I'm not saying that a Blu-ray release of the Anthology docuseries would be unwelcome, because it would be very welcome. It would be wonderful, in fact, for this series to get a high-definition release. And right now, I want to quote Matt Williamson at the Pop Goes the 60s channel, who made a comment in regards to all of this, where he stated, "Beatle fans are not getting any younger." And I agree. The audience that is mostly interested in these remixes and in these multi-disc box sets mostly skews older. And we are not getting any younger. We are 5 albums in on this remix project. And we'd like to hear all the rest of the remixes, including past masters, before we move on to that great gig in the sky.
Let's go while we're young.
I would definitely love to get the Anthology series on Blu-ray, since I never owned it on DVD or VHS. And I would definitely love it if you gave us an expanded version. I understand that the DVD and VHS releases were already an expanded version. But please, Apple, do this in addition to versus in place of. This is TJR, and those are my thoughts on this particular subject. Let me know what yours are. In a little bit, you'll probably see some links for some other videos that I have created that you might enjoy. I would appreciate it if you check those out, especially if you see one where I'm actually performing music live on the channel. As always, if you like these videos, be sure to hit like, hit subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon so you never miss a video. A big thank you to my Patreon supporters. Patreon supporters do receive exclusive weekly videos not available on this channel. If you'd like to be a Patreon supporter, please go to patreon.com/TJR the original. Everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.